Welcome to WGTV, and episode 60. That's right, folks, 60 episodes. This one's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, I remember being back in the garden, and anyway, don't like to talk about that. But tonight, your host, Adam, that's me, and I will be joined by Andy.
That's me.
Fantastic. And we're going to be bringing you a game of Age of Sigmar from the General's Handbook 2023 through to 2024. Now, before we get into all the nitty-gritty of it all, I would just like to say a huge thank you to all the sponsors and all the affiliates that you'll have seen on the intro on the way in, because without them, we wouldn't get to look this resplendent. Really, without them, they're amazing. So a massive thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. And so tonight, what we're going to bring you. So, Andy, what's it going to be?
It's going to be the Cities of Sigmar for me tonight.
Bringing them back out. Going to show a better showing.
Yeah. Better showing than the first time, fingers crossed.
We've read the book. We know what we're doing now. We've got these things called orders and tactics and things. Right, so we're going to try all that and see what works.
Yeah, we've changed the list slightly, but
slightly. We are changing a few little things, but we'll get into that. We'll have a look at the list in a minute. And I'm going to bring, out of the shadows, the Lady Lavinia is back, and we're going to be using the Soulblight Grave Lords. So we're going to see what they think of the new cities. But before we get into our lists, we're going to have to hear from someone to tell us what scenario we're going to be playing. Some say that now with a global crisis on, he's going to stop riding his broomstick to work, and he's going to start walking to work. Crazy. All we know is he's called the Cleric.
Every step is forward. The path to victory has been racked with vicious sentient cyclones, punishing those who would conquer Andor into close quarters. You will not be able to escape and press on unless you confront your foes once and for all. Give no ground. If a unit makes a charge move until the end of that turn, add 1 to the number of models that each model in that unit counts as for the purposes of contesting objectives. If a unit retreats until the end of that turn, models in that unit cannot contest objectives. You score as such in this mission. Score 1 point if you control 1 objective. Another if you control 2. A third if you control more. Score 2 victory points if you've completed your battle tactic.
Thank you, oh mystical mighty one, for that. So, every step is forward. Feeling confident? Interesting?
Yeah, I need to get the charges off. But
apart from that, no retreating. Don't be a coward. All right then. So let's take a look at the armies. And I think what we'll do, we'll start with mine first this time. Let's take a look at the Lady Lavinia and her beautiful Blood Knights. Welcome to the Soulblight Grave Lords. And tonight we have the Kastelai bloodline. Yes, that's right. So first up, of course, we do have the lovely Lady Lavinia, the Vengorian princess, leading her fine noble beasts. She's in a 1-drop battalion. They're going for lust for domination. So we have to control more grave sites is the grand strategy. The lady herself is a monster, they say. She does not agree. She has the Undead Blade Lord. So she's going to gain once per turn all the abilities that her Blood Knights or herself can grab her, be that 1+ damage, 1+ attacks, or +1 to move. She also has the Fragment of the Keep, so she's -1 to wound rolls in close combat, which is rather nice. She's taken the spell of Flaming Weapon, and that rounds her out nicely. Now she's backed up, of course, by her battle line units of not 1, not 2, but 3 units of reinforced Blood Knights. Oh, she loves them so, and how they'll ride for her so well. And nobly helping them out is a small unit of 5 Black Knights, which, and of course, not forgetting, backing them all up, are Lady Lavindra's children, the Vargeists, a unit of 3 of those that may or may not descend from the sky. So there it is. That's the list. We're at 1950 on a 1-drop, and our going to completely forget what I said and try and cut this out so I can get to the next bit. So we're going to be a 1-drop, and we're going to be in with +1 to wound once per game for our triumph. There we are.
Okay, and now we've got our Cities of Sigmar list from Misthaven. So the Misthaven rule allows up to 3 units to move d6 inches in the hero phase, or if they're mounted, they can move up to 2 d6, as long as they're more than 12 inches away from the enemy. So that's the city they're from. So starting with our general, we've got the Steam Tank Commander, and he has been given the Arcane Tome, Artifact of Power, to allow him to cast and unbind spells. He's also got the command trait Master of Magic. Helping him cast some more spells is a sorceress, and she's got the spell Tembral Blades, which turns off the save of any units that the attacking unit targets, so it could come in useful in this game. The Dwarven hero, should I say, is the Rune Lord, and he's been given the prayer Rune of Unfaltering Aim, which allows +1 to hit, which again should come in useful in this game. So that, and before going on to the units, we have got one last hero, and that's Gotrek. Hopefully he'll be doing some good things on the battlefield today. And then following on from Gotrek, we have got our units. We have got a unit of reinforced Iron Drakes. We have also got a unit of 10 Iron Breakers. And after that, we have got a Gyro Bomber. And we have also got a unit of 10 Longbeards. So that rounds out the battle line. And then rounding out the rest of the army, we have got 2 Scourge Chariots, and we have also got a War Hydra, which we're taking for, hopefully we'll be healing 5 wounds per turn. So hopefully that will come in useful. So that rounds out the list at 1990.
So, to go first, or to go second? An interesting dilemma for the lady. She tips her hat and says, Andy, and your humans, you may go first.
Okay, Cities of Sigmar, turn 1. Okay, so the battle tactic we decided to do was a magical dominance. Hummed and ahed a little bit for which one to do. We thought about doing the elven one of 3 charges this turn, but we backed out of that and just went for magical dominance. So that was a battle tactic. The first order was to put down our orders. So we had 3 heroes, so we needed 3 orders to put down. 2 of them I can tell you about. One of them we don't say just yet. We'll keep that one secret till later in this turn. We did advancing formation, from the Lady Sorceress, and we also did Advance Information on the Steam Tank Commander as well. So that allowed us to move an extra 3 inches in the movement phase. Right, back to the hero phase, we did some spells. Steam Tank Commander, who's got Arcane Tome, did Mystical Shield on the War Hydra. That was successfully cast for the battle tactic. The Sorceress then cast Temporal Blades on the two. She was going to, but she rolled a 1 and a 2, and we thought we won't risk. Even though we got 2 primal dice, we won't risk them for that, so that didn't go off. The Rune Lord didn't do too great either. He tried to do his prayer to get +1 to hit, but he rolled a 1 and took 1 mortal wound. So that was the end of the hero, not quite the end of the hero phase. So Misthaven, we did a little bit of movement shenanigans over on this side. We ran 3 units. We did the Hydra, the Steam Tank Commander, and one of the chariots. Just shuffled them about a bit to get them in range for the orders, and hopefully maybe to try and get a charge off later that turn. So then onto the movement, we advanced here. Like I say, we had an extra 3 inches with the orders, so we sort of shuffled all the dwarves up. The Iron Drake stayed garrisoned in their house for now. And on this side, on this flank, we moved the War Hydra up, and there's 2 chariots and the Steam Tank Commander all onto that objective.
I sneakily redeployed.
Yes, a 6-inch redeploy.
Vroom.
That way.
This way.
Which wasn't great, and was the start of a lot of 6s being rolled by Adam this time. We'll get onto them in a minute.
1 or 2.
1 or 2. So onto shooting, which we're looking forward to this phase. We've got quite a bit of shooting in this army. So starting at this side, we went with the chariots first. They picked off one of the
Black Knights.
Black Knights, picked off one of them, took a wound on another one. The Steam Tank Commander fired up to get an extra shot off. He went all out attack, but didn't manage to get through. Did you get the save off on that? Did we?
I did. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Save there, so we
save.
missed out on the damage.
One
there.
hit, one save.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
And then we zoomed right over to the gyro bomber, who sort of, well, he'd actually just advanced a little bit onto the objective, and he took aim at
the children. At the children, the Vargeists.
And he did really well. He hit
Yeah.
3 times.
Yes.
And 3 went through.
Yep.
And mistakes weren't made. So
Nope.
Great. We're going to 2 damage apiece as well with the clatter gun. And how many saves of 6s did you? How many ward saves did you get, Adam?
4 out of 6.
4 out of
4
6, yeah.
6s out of 6. Which I took a mighty 2. It is the children though. You pick on the Lady Lavinia's children. She gets upset.
So the shooting phase wasn't perhaps as successful as we'd hoped. But anyway, charges. The only one we were going to try was the War Hydra to try and jump in on the Black Knight, see if we could get a few more off there. And he rolled a 4 and a 5, I think. So
Not a 4 and a 5. He'd have got in if you got a 4 and a 5. You mean a 4, and then we had a command reroll.
Yeah. Command reroll, and then we rolled the 5. So yeah, he didn't get in. So
No.
it started off well, and then seemed to taper out towards the end. However, we do control 1, 2, and more.
Yep.
And we did get the battle tactic, so
takes
not
to
such a
5.
bad start, which takes me on to 5, and Adam's turn 1.
Oh, the lady is happy. She is very happy. She saw the humans just come from the mists, and she kind of giggled. Wistfully thought of days when humans used to be very, very tasty, and thought, this is actually going to be fun. Charge! And that's what they did. So, into the hero phase. We went for primal dice. We got primal dice. Andy went for primal dice. He got primal dice. He got primal dice. He got primal dice. He got primal dice. He had 6 primal dice to use as he's in the wonderful extra battalion, which on a 3+ can get you another primal dice. Fortunately, though, I thought, with all that primal dice, it would be really funny. Why don't we go for magical dominance? Because Andy was very conveniently 31 inches away from anyone that could stop me casting. So my lady picked up a magic wand, wafted it around, and put Mystic Shield upon one of her chosen unit of Blood Knights. She went for a command point. She didn't need it. She didn't bother with it. And then we thought, well, now we've got our battle tactic sorted out. Really is time to charge now and show these humans how it's done. So her children, wounded and upset, went scampering aft to play with the dwarf gyro bomber and made short work of it and even healed the wounds. And now they're happily playing with their new toy. Meanwhile, the Black Knights, surprised they're still alive, is that a term for the undead, moved round and thought they'd go play with one of the Scourge Runner chariots. They got in, they impacted the chariot almost off with their ability to do mortal wounds on the charge, and then just tickled it, and the wheels fell off, the horses fell over, and the elves ran away. That was lovely. Meanwhile, over here, the knights moved up. They failed their initial charge. Their queen was not happy, made them re-roll it. They stamped their spurs into the sides of the horses, and they charged in magnificently into the Hydra, knowing that if they could fell the mighty beast, that they would gain the extra damage on their weapons for the rest of the game. And not only would they gain it because they gained it, so would she. And that's what the little red ghouls are for. So, not only have they gained the extra damage now for dropping the Hydra, and he did everything he could. He roared. So I couldn't go out my all-out attack. He already had Mystic Shield on. He went all-out defense as well. I said, what the heck? The lady, she threw in, let's go for use the Triumph now, get the +1 damage on. So we're hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, and it was enough. And the beast fell down. Now, Andy did unleash hell with his Steam Tank Commander, who was hiding inside his tank, and I don't blame him at the moment, and engulfed the knights. They were like, what the heck is this? 15 shots came out of that little flame cannon, because he was already pumped up and revved up from the turn before. 2d6, double sixed it, then double fived it, then put a 5 in. So he had 15, managed to cause a wound. The cannonball shot, missed. Thank goodness for that. And here we are, happy that we've got rid of the stupid clatter cannon, got rid of the silly Hydra, tied up the Steam Tank Commander. Silly Ginger Freak is over there in the corner. That's fine. He's miles away from our beautiful knights and really don't want to play with him just yet. The Lady Lavinia looks across. She sees that she controls 1, she controls 2, she controls more, and she got her battle tactic because Lady Lavinia is obviously amazing. And here we are. 5 plays 5. It's turn 1. So now, just need to take a dice and see if the lady takes it. A 6, a 1. Oh, the lady be praised. I think it may be time to have turn 2 for the Soulblight. The Lady Lavinia screamed into the night at getting turn 2. She was very happy. And she called the command, surround and destroy them, she said. And we did. So that's the battle tactic we chose. We said surround and destroy. She chose herself to take a moment to look after the backfield. She told her Black Knights to scamper around. And her children, go play where the remaining corpse of the gyro bomber was. Meanwhile, her knights tied up. She had one unit tied up still with a defiant tank commander hiding inside his tank, no matter how much we tapped on side the roof. But with the help of even though he shouted his finest hour, with the help of another unit of knights, Lady Lavinia's knights swarmed all over it. He did very, very well. We were trying so desperately hard to bring it down here and gain the extra damage with this unit as well. But we dragged down the tank with this unit in the end. We did 10 wounds with this unit, even though he was on a 0-up save at that point. But yeah, we tickled through, and he had 7 dice to roll. He rolled 1, saved it, rolled 2, saved it, rolled 3, saved it, 4, and the last one, oh no, it was a 1, and the tank just... and the lance skewered through the hatch, and down the tank commander fell. So the general is dead. Lady Lavinia's... she was impressed with his noble ability to try and hold into a fight. It's how it should happen. But with that, we have scored 1, scored 2, scored more, surrounded, destroyed, and scores us a magnificent 5 points, taking us to 10 place 5. Now Andy's turn 2. He's down a general. He's down a Hydra. Can Gotrek bring it all the way back?
Of course he can.
Of course he can. See you soon.
Okay, Cities of Sigmar turn 2. That was a tough one. Not that a lot happened, but it was a tough one to even work out what battle tactic we were going to do and and how we were going to play the rest of this game out. So, after much umming and ahhing and measuring, the battle tactic I went for was intimidate the invaders. So I needed to get 4 units out of my deployment zone. Which we managed to do just, but we'll get to that bit in a while. So that was a battle tactic. After that, it was really a case of thinking about where was Gotrek going to go, what was he going to fight, and how fast were the dwarves going to move across the board. But in the end, because we had to do intimidate, Gotrek said, we'll hold on. We won't go in yet. We won't attack yet. We will just get outside our lands, we'll get a bit closer and we'll hold on for a few future turns. So, hero phase, we got Temporal Blades off on this unit here, hopefully for a future turn. That will turn off any saves on the knights.
I thought that was on the Gotrek.
Oh yes, sorry.
Right,
on Gotrek, yes.
Gotrek, yeah. It's the one that you said you should have done.
Yes.
But then you forgot, you put it on.
It's on Gotrek, but it's still there for future turns potentially.
Yes.
So that was from the Sorceress. We managed to get a prayer off from the Rune Lord, and he put that onto the Iron Drakes, which are still here. We haven't seen them yet, but they are
hiding in their tavern.
Hiding in the tavern, actually. Yes, they're hiding in the tavern. So we put that on them, and then we rolled for our command point, which we got. No, which we didn't get. We rolled another one. We didn't get that either. It's not been a good turn. And then we just did some movement, really, and we just shifted forward, managed to get the 4 units out. So, yeah, Gotrek didn't really get into anything. So we just moved out here with these, with the Sorceress, Gotrek, and the Longbeards. They shifted out. The Chariot retreated out over into that deployment zone, which was kind of an important one in the end, because otherwise we would have been struggling to get Intimidate. But he did, so that allowed us out there, and that was it. So that was the battle tactic. So 2 points for that. We only have one objective, which is this one. Dwarves don't move very fast, so we were struggling to get around, which led us on to 8 points and the end of turn 2. So now for, I guess, another important dice roll.
Here we go. Oh!
Another 6.
Oh, the lady is happy.
You're not taking it though, are you?
Half tempted. I'll take it. Yep. All right. Welcome back to the Blood Wedding. Lady Lavinia was again happy. we're getting closer to the ginger one. We're not happy about that. But we had to do what we could. So we took the turn. We went for command point. We got a command point. Went primal dice. No primal dice. Andy went primal dice. No primal dice. Andy went for special primal dice. No primal dice. So this was not the turn of that. So we went to cast a mystical shield. We got the mystical shield. Andy said no to mystical shield. So we went, okay, forget that then. We'll give you a battle tactic. The battle tactic then, I see your intimidate, and I think it's time to show these humans how it's done, how we really intimidate. So we spurred the hooves, and off we went. And we effectively went round trying to hopefully buff up the Blood Knights with various little bonuses before getting murdered by the Ginger one. Now, there was a chariot here. We demolished said chariot, which gained us the ability to have extra attacks. So this unit now has not only got extra damage, extra attacks, but so has her ladyship. Because they gained it, she gains it. Meanwhile, the Black Knights charged into the tavern. They did their best, killed a few guys in there, but the Iron Drakes are still holding out. And for their troubles, they then shot through the tavern windows, slaying quite a few knights actually, taking 2 knights down. And then the shield wall was revealed of these dwarves, which made them really, really, really hard to kill. In fact, we killed one. We did make short work of some of the guys drunk inside the tavern, which effectively gave us then the ability of speed. In case we ever get out of there, we'll get +1 to our movement. Meanwhile, over here, if you remember rightly, there was a lovely sorceress and a 10 Dwarden guardian, shall we say? Well, let's be honest, she doesn't like them, they don't like her, and whilst they were disputing the fact, we butchered them. Yeah, we butchered them. Gotrek, you could almost hear him going, "Don't!" And now he's looking around at so many targets, he doesn't know who to slay first. He's that excited. But that did, because we slayed the lady, we chose to take the extra damage. Not that it's going to help when we have to fight a ginger one. Probably should have gone for the extra. Well, we didn't get the extra, didn't have that choice. But yes, extra damage there. They're buffed up. They're getting extra speed. They've got damage and attacks, as has her lady. The children moved on just to secure that objective still, and the Black Knights keep fighting in the tavern with the drunk dwarves. They did fail the battle shock, which now leaves in the drunk just 6 of the drunk dwarves inside the tavern holding a gun. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but we're about to find out. This did give me, though, 5 more points as I secured my battle tactic, have more objectives, and hold 2. So it gives me the 15. Now let's see if drunk dwarves and ginger dwarf can do anything about it in round 3.
Cities of Sigmar, turn 3. Okay, not a lot of units left, and not a lot of objectives to be well, not a lot of objectives that we're really in range to get. So, very much back to the walls stuff. So the battle tactic we chose was bait and trap. So we decided to choose. Well, we didn't have many units to choose, to be fair. Yeah. So we chose Gotrek and the Rune Lord to charge, and the kicking out time in the pub in the tavern. Yeah. So we chose the Iron Drakes and the Iron Breakers to retreat. So hero phase, primal dice. We didn't get any. Not that it mattered much to anymore. We have no wizards left on the table. We tried to get a prayer off again on the Rune Lord. He rolled another 1. He took more damage, so he didn't get the +1 to hit. So that was it really. We were really just we were just firing through the hero phase and the movement phase till we get to the sort of the good bit. But we did retreat out what we needed to retreat out. The Iron Drakes came out, like we said. We retreated there. Now then, viewers, I have to say one thing.
Oh, no.
Adam, to be fair, he's really good at teaching you the game of AOS, and he coaches you all along, and he's been helping in this game for what it's worth, and he does help a lot. But I said to him at the start of this turn, I said, right, go Trek, and this is what I'm going to do. And I said to him, I think I'll charge with him first, tag a corner, and then maybe charge a Rune Lord into the same unit. And I was like, no, you don't want to be doing that. In fact, and then I said, and I'll attack with Gotrek first. He goes, no, you don't want to.
Fine.
You don't want to do that. There's no way.
Just get him in there. What's the worst that could happen?
He said, you should go with the Rune Lord first, and then go with Gotrek. Now, make of what you want of that, whether or not he was kidding me or not. He then decides to roll the knights. And about the halfway through rolling, he's going, oh, actually, yeah, we actually get a few more hits than I thought here. Yeah. So Gotrek's got 8 wounds, can only take 1 damage. Luckily, for Adam's sake.
Yeah, I was right. He took, how many did he take?
He took 6.
Oops.
We nearly didn't have a Gotrek on this.
It was nice, we're hungry. They've got Lady Lavinia watching, they've got problems.
So yes, the Rune Lord did attack first and did nothing, as I imagined he wouldn't do. He got nearly got killed, and then he did slap back, but he did okay, but he did okay the first turn, and he got some of the D6 mortals for the 6s to hit, and took a few knights out.
Took 6 out.
6 knights out, and that's with attacking twice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, on the second turn, we didn't get the 6s.
No.
But he's precariously now sat on 2 wounds left. And we'll see how it goes. But we didn't. Well, as in terms of objectives, we gained none. But we did get our battle tactic, so that was something for the turn. So we got 2 points, which took me to 10. 10 plays 15.
And now, do we find out if Gotrek...
For Adam's sake, you better hope this goes through and Gotrek gets another game, another round of fighting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the Gotrek.
Finally.
Would you like the turn?
I'll take the turn.
Yeah, Gotrek turn 4.
Okay, City's turn 4. The turn of Gotrek, we thought it was going to be anyway. So, battle tactics. There was nothing really that I could do, so we just picked one. I just picked one to sort of throw away, so we did... what did I do?
Reprisal.
So, reprisal. So, anyway, not that we could do it anyway. We quickly retreated out some of the dwarves there, ran these dwarves, we moved these dwarves round to do a bit of shooting, really just doing a few moves before we got onto Gotrek. They did a bit of shooting, took 1 more Black Knight off. Like I say, they retreated out, so nothing more to be done there.
And on to the the big fight.
Yeah. So again, going back to Adam again. We were trying to put this list together, and we were trying a few different things. He said, take Gotrek, he's amazing, he's really good. I said, I've never taken Gotrek before, but I'm looking forward to using him, it'd be really good. He said, so, after the last turn of nearly getting him killed, we thought, we'll go in and we'll go first with him. And there was 4. How many nights left? There were 4 nights left.
4 nights left.
4 nights left.
Yeah, that's it.
And he got 2 6s on the hits, so it was looking good for the first turn.
Look good.
But then, then we got 5 through, didn't we? No, 5 through. We were doing 5. So I thought, we've got this. We've got this. Again, Adam pulls out the saves, 6s and 5s, and then all the ward saves as well. So there was 2 left.
2 guys. That's it. Just two guys.
That doesn't matter. But that doesn't matter because Gotrek gets to fight twice at the end of the combat phase because there's no way he's going to die
from just 2 guys.
We saved the horse's bites.
Yep, save those.
No problem.
Yeah, no problems.
And then Adam got through...
Two attacks.
2 attacks.
2 attacks got through. There's 2 wounds. There's no way. And you said you'll do it 1 at a time.
Well, I needed 2. Well, we failed the normal save.
Oh, he failed the normal
That's
save.
fine.
That's fine.
But he's got 3 he's got 3 at ward, hasn't he, Gotrek?
Yeah,
so it's fine.
It's not a problem. Roll 1 at a time.
Not when you roll 2 1s. Gotrek died. Gotrek died. Much to Adam's pleasure.
Oh! I can't hold it back. Even Lady Lavinia was shocked. She was like, oh my god, did that just happen? It did. I think it did.
So that was that. So that was my experience of Gotrek the first time.
It was a noble death.
It was, yeah. So we scored 0 points this turn, which is the end of my turn 4, and
That's it.
that's it. Game over.
That's it.
We'll wrap up and we'll go to conclusion.
We'll go to conclusion. Okay. All right. Can we talk more about Gotrek? No. Okay. Conclusion. Right. Okay. Conclusion time. Oops.
Yeah, you should be saying oops as well.
1-0 mistake. Oh my goodness. That was not my fault that you cannot roll the dice. Oh my god. The Lady Lavinia, she's gone back into her Crimson Keep. She's gathered her horses in and she's over the moon. She's quite happy. She's going to give the horses a day off. Going to let them run in the field and have the knights let them have their Crimson Day. Have you got a, dare I ask, a model of the match? Gotrek!
Not picking Gotrek. No. To be fair, actually, I mean, Gotrek did do the most damage, which isn't hard in the game panned out. No, in all seriousness, I mean, I won't give it Gotrek simply because he
Maybe the Rune Lord then, because all he did for his...
There's not many to pick from, really. I think if you were going to pick one, we've said it before, the shield wall and a 4-up on the Iron Breakers is great. I mean, it can take most hits.
When you've been charged, you call the order, you say shield wall, and basically they normally get a 5-up shrug on the when they've been charged. But with Iron Breakers, because Gromrel armor, from those of you who know from the fantasy days, they've been fighting down those mines. They've been mining for Gromrel for years, and they have the finest armor in the known world, old world, this world, every world, and that then gives them now a 4-up shrug, 4-up ward. If they've been charged,
it's a 3-up,
and a 4-up, 3-up followed by a 4-up. Yeah. There's not, you have to roll badly because that would never happen, Andy. So for them, apparently you can save them. That's not a problem. They weren't dying, so maybe we just need an army of them.
I might do next time.
Yeah, that's it. So the champion of that unit, then you are giving the award to.
I mean, it was slim pickings, to be fair. I think. Going back, I mean, early turn, I think obviously the Steam Commander, that seems like a long time ago since the Steam Commander was on the table.
Years ago since he was around, since we were opening that tin can.
I mean, it was a bit of an experimentalist. We were sort of trying a few different things with it.
Yeah, we've got to get used to the orders, what comes in, that's it. Still seems to be a bit of an experiment to go.
I think Gotrek is, I mean, I didn't play him particularly well. I think we tried to sort of keep him back to later turns, but
but maybe
he tripped. He needs to be out there early doors and then give you have to, you avoided until you needed
until I needed to, and until I realised that he...
well, I mean, you played it well, you avoided him, and then you said, don't do this, and it all went wrong,
it was fine. It wasn't my fault, honestly.
What about yourself?
The match... on the opposite side to you, everything works so well that it's hard to... it's a fun one. I mean, it's not, the most mind-breaking one, but it's a nice fun-themed one as you gain the abilities. It was nice that one unit gaining the extra attacks, the extra damage.
I think you had the full complement all over it.
At one point I was running out of tokens. Everyone had everything. It was a wonderful display from them, and you had a nice variety of things to kill. So really, the smorgasbord of death was amazing. Lady Lavinia was most happy.
And she didn't even get in combat. She just stayed and at the
she's
back
a lady.
And
she doesn't need to. Honestly, you don't want to rile her when she gets in. She's quite the beast. But some say she's a monster. She doesn't agree. Although she doesn't have any mirrors in her Crimson Keep. It worked quite well, quite sensationally well at one point. If I was to give it, could I give it to anyone? No, I'm just everyone. Everyone deserves it. I think everybody gets a medal. I think there was no particular stalwarts. It was really good. I mean, it's such a good mission. It's always the way that it sort of changes your perspective, the way the deployment goes. Your whole brain shifts. You're deploying this way, but the board is sort of shifting you that way.
The deployment's unusual on this, isn't it?
Yeah, and I got the perfect double. You went first, pushed up, and I got to retaliate, and then I get to retaliate again.
And that flank went to completely then, didn't it?
That's it. And then all of a sudden you had a very slow moving army. Maybe retrospectively, maybe you could have just tipped that one and just taken it that way and then just held. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe didn't need to go quite so gun ho.
So fast that it's difficult to stay away from them. They do.
Yeah, especially if possibly a double's on the cards. 10, then go again. It was really, really, really interesting. It was nice to stretch the Blood Knight's legs again. It was really, really nice. But we will try to come up with more for the cities. That book is huge.
Yeah,
there's so
many options and so much to learn.
We'll start adding in your own knights, won't we?
Yeah.
We'll put our own names in.
At some point.
And to be quite honest, the Team Tank Commander, 2-up save.
That's great.
He's very, very tanky. And the Hydra could have been better if it just hadn't got hit by a big juggernaut.
We think that's got legs, don't we? With
the Hydra.
5 wounds back a turn. And
definitely.
Stuff, so.
Yeah, there's definitely fun for that. So, I had fun, and I don't know if Andy did. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it, and the Go Trek Falling Over show. Oh, so
that's the last
funny.
time you see him on the channel.
I don't know. He'll be back. He's a very angry dwarf, that guy. He will get his revenge.
He'll be back.
He just needs someone that can roll 3 or higher. So thank you very much for joining us. If you'd like to see Andy roll 1s again, then by all means do join in again. That would be fantastic. Go back, see some of the other shows. Like, comment, subscribe, definitely comment. What armies do you want us to face off against each other? Which ones do you want Andy to crash and burn with next? There's all the ones with you can take minis, any of them. There's like 26 races out there. You could lose with all of them. That's it. We could try it for you. So please do comment, and we'd love to do this again for you. And as we always say, I would anyway, and I will. So until next time, bye.